Kevin, I'm so excited to finally meet you. We've done a number of interviews over the years, but we never actually got into them in person. So
yes.
Excited. We're doing something special for Fan Expo Chicago. We're talking about origin stories. We're talking about how you got into the world of comics and animation. I'd love to start, just how did you find yourself working in this amazing world?
I started in animation. I actually started in Hollywood working on all those cheap science fiction movies in the 80s. Like Charlie Band productions and things like that, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And with that experience, I had storyboards that were, specific for, for all the special effects that all these cheap movies would do. And then I took that portfolio when I heard that Deeks opened up in Los Angeles because I was a fan of Inspector Gadget. And I walked in and they hired me on the spot. And that's where I met guys like Dan Reba and Brad Rader and Mike Goguen. And just in Bruce Timm even. It's like we all worked at Deke. And then Bruce hired me to work on Batman the Animated Series. And I was actually very happy in doing comics. I was doing Black Barney for the Buck Rogers comics series at the time. But once Bruce showed me that trailer that they did, that teaser trailer for experimenting with style, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm on the Batman crew. No one could stop me.
Well, we've had the pleasure of speaking with Bruce and many of the team over the years for Batman the Animated Series. I think one of our earliest interviews was talking about your work on Batman, but then we also were talking about the Spectacular Spider-Man, another series that is definitely near to our hearts. We're friends with Josh and Greg and Vic and all those guys. I would love to hear about your process. How has it evolved from, as far as your storyboarding process or just more of your creative process over the years?
Well, it's even as technology advances and things change, first there's Photoshop, then there's Toon Boom, and now there's CG. The process really hasn't changed. It always starts with, when you read a script or when you come up with an idea and you're writing a script. But once you take that script and you hear the actors acting, then immediately it's visual and you start, whether it's a story sketch like at Disney or Spectacular Spider-Man, you just start doing the storyboards and you start creating those moments in drawing. And it's always the same. As a director, that's what I always do. So you start out visualizing these moments, and you start telling the story. It starts with the storyboard for me,
As far as all the work, and you've done so many different amazing series, is there any that stands out to you? Maybe the underdog, the underrated one that you don't get to talk about that much?
Rat Bastard. Rat Bastard was a pilot that I did with Cliff Galbraith, and it was for Imagine Television. If you go on YouTube, it's actually there. We did this 4-minute promo to sell to the Universal network. Remember Universal had a network? Well, we sold it to them. It was going to be their premier primetime show. And it got canceled. Not the show. The whole network was canceled. And all of a sudden the people that we sold it to weren't even there anymore. So that went through. And everyone can see that on YouTube. If you look up Rat Bastard 4-minute promo trailer, if you see that on YouTube, everyone watch it and tell me what you think. I think that really needed to be a series, and it just bugs me. And then there's Stripperella.
I remember that.
Yeah, which I wasn't there. You'll notice, people will notice if you buy the DVD or whatever, that the series changed drastically from the first season to the second season. It's because I wasn't on the second season. And I won't take the blame for that really lousy character design for the second season. But I really thought the first season came out well. And that's another one to be revisited. Pam Anderson actually was really funny. She's really good.